Is that really a Hanson brother?
I have no idea. I haven't listened to them in so long.
Whoa!
What?
You were about to say I stopped listening to them, and then you changed it to I haven't listened to them in so long, but it was still the kind of the same thing. So you listened to Hanson.
I didn't. I mean, I think everybody listened to Mbop. Like,
Heard it, but he didn't play it on purpose. You didn't go put it on.
Well, you don't. Last week.
And people that didn't even walk into the building are in jail right now. I'll be making major pardons, yes.
All right, you ready?
Yep, when you're ready.
Okay. Since the January 6th attack on the US Capitol, when supporters of Donald Trump stormed this building, trying to prevent the election victory of Joe Biden from being certified. On the anniversary. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh God, Sam. Oh.
I am the highest version of myself. I'm the highest version of myself. I know I am that I am.
Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of Godspeed Podcast. This is part 2 of the January 6th episode. What's up, D?
What up, though? Thank God it's Monday. No.
Okay. So last time we left off, Ashley Babbitt was making her way into the that room with the door.
Do you think ever?
Oh, that's Gunner's brother, Gus. What's he crying about?
He wants attention. He wants.
Yeah, German Shepherds are fucking like that.
he
I'm so happy Gunner can't hear that. What were you saying?
He's not very demanding.
Bro, German Shepherds are such fucking big wine asses. They cry when they want something, like tea kettle.
Yeah, my perfect little angel is sleeping on the couch.
Yup.
Unbothered. Couldn't care less about what's going on right now. Just taking a nap. Happy to do whatever we do.
All right.
If you don't shut the fuck up.
Alrighty, I'm gonna get us into this episode now.
Okay, get it cracking. Just mute me, please.
I will.
Moments later, members of the house seek shelter in the gallery while officers barricade entry into the chamber. It is at this moment that the only firearm to be discharged inside the Capitol that day can be loudly heard. The shot heard was a single round, fired by Lieutenant Michael Byrd. It strikes Ashley Babbitt in the neck, and she falls back into the upper landing of the stairwell.
The Homeland Security Exercise and Evaluation Program provides a set of guiding principles for large emergency response drills. In these guidelines, we read about the various roles, such as players, controllers, simulators, evaluators, actors, observers.
This guy is going to go into in-depth footage of that entire encounter.
The term participant encompasses many groups of people, not just those playing in the exercise. The head directors of large emergency drills are called exercise controllers. Their job is to keep things running according to the master plan. And here's a cover of the guidelines manual, which spells HASEEP. Any professional emergency response drill or military drill makes use of fake blood in a variety of forms. Blood capsules, sponges, syringes, and squibs. A simple blood squib is a pouch that is designed to break on impact. There are all kinds of squibs using various pumps and tube assembly. Here's the HydroSim trauma bleeding simulation system. It's basically a small pack containing a fake blood supply and a pumping mechanism and some tubes. Some of them are battery operated. Now that we're equipped with the various roles, let's start the analysis. Aquí, outside the speaker's lobby. As a footnote, I am not affiliated with any gang. And I wasn't paid to make this video, so I'm looking at this completely unbiased. We've also added a time code to Jaden X's footage, which we'll call Angle 1. And let's review the scene with minimal volume. You'll notice how much chaos is happening on screen, yet our eyes are fixed to the woman because that's what we're here to see. No one seems to be concerned with being the next target. It's bang, action. It should be noted that everyone in the room knows what's going to happen. They all play towards the camera. Now, let's take a look at some of our characters. Adam Gray, our photographer. Taylor Hanson, Vetter, Rufio, Fredo, Yellow, Data, Jaden, Thomas Barani, Ninja / Evaluator, Secret Agent Man, or as I like to call him, Sam, Medic / Controller, Parrot Blocker, Shades, Red, SWAT 1, and SWAT 2, Frickin' Frack, and our star, Rabbit. We're gonna break this down together, and we're gonna analyze this with 6 different angles, and in chronological order. Let's do this. Now this is Medic coming into the room. Notice the enormous earpiece. What's that about? Now look what Red does. He kicks the door. Now we see Red either pick up something or drop something, and it looks like Medic does the same. And we know he's the Medic because of this patch or sticker. Here we can see Red has one glove on, and you can see Jaden in the distance. Now we're all kind of led into this room outside the speaker's lobby. We can see Medic has one glove on as well. There's Frick. Oh, hey there. And there's our star. They're just waiting around again. And you can see our star looking in the direction of the weapon. She seems amped up or nervous. And you can see we have Taylor Hansen on our left. Notice how Yellow hands Rufio the helmet. And notice while he does that, we can see Cop 2 and Fredo discussing. Almost like they're waiting for something.
Okay, we got police coming up.
Okay, we got police coming up. Now frickin' Frack come down. Rufio takes off his hat, changing his appearance. He receives the signal, and they leave. And it all feels a little rehearsed. And you can see Adam Gray push his way through. Now this is orange in the front. You should also note that the glass is not glass, but plastic, or stage glass. And you'll notice that this barricade was set up before they entered the room. You can see Barani in red to the left of the screen. In about 30 seconds, they're going to make their way to the front. Notice how our star keeps looking over to the left, as if she's waiting for something. As the officers leave, they're pretending to talk to each other. And you can see how easy this plastic comes out. You see how easy that is? Frack taps the back of Vetter. Jaden is the first one to give the command that there is a weapon at 34 minutes and 49 seconds. And you can hear others chanting the same thing. Notice that the gunman briefly removes his hand from the weapon, like he's communicating, replying to his earpiece. Look how long it takes him to do it. Notice this person just walking in the background. If we draw a straight line from where the weapon is to where our star is, you will see that they don't match up. The weapon is far below her neck area. And boom, right there. Now that's 15 seconds since Jaden announced there was a weapon. That's important. Now let's back it up 15 seconds. We can see this guy point to Orange. Orange gives a hand movement, and look, the Hollywood glass just falls right out. SWAT 1 goes to Sam. Now why would Blue ever be in on this conversation? Blue makes his way past Yellow, where he grabs him, and you can see Barani making a hand movement. And he touches Red on the back, and Barani signals her to get into place. And she goes through, and she's ready to fall. And they
She
all
got hit in
scatter.
the neck. That's where she supposedly got shot. You saw the line, right?
Yeah,
You shoot guns, right?
I do.
How would that happen? There isn't even that much recoil either.
Notice this guy in the background.
think that's
No
in
one
her
looks
neck?
in the direction of the gunman. Yellow gets into place. Now that's Rufio. Right when she goes up, he turns his back. It doesn't make sense that Rufio's corralled all these people into breaking down the doors outside and turn his back. In this angle, Rufio turns to take a peek, and he touches Red on the back. And Ninja automatically puts his hands up. Also, notice when she falls back, her backpack looks fairly plump. A perfect breakaway for a fall. And you'll see Yellow breaks her fall. Boom with his foot. And here you can see the plastic glass. Red gets out of the way. And interestingly enough, Ronnie moves down just to touch her. Just to touch her right backpack area. Just for a brief moment. While Sam comes down, he moves her, 9 inches to his left. He's about to reach under her right shoulder. At the same time he does it, SWAT 1 briefly squeezes her right hand. Or he's putting something in there. When Sam picks her up, she puts her hands in front of her face. It almost appears that she opens her eyes, right there. And she just puts her hands down. Boom. She's set down, and then her elbows go down. As Data and Orange move into place. Now Sam's gonna make a big hand movement. His left hand is still under her right shoulder. Trying to give her a back massage and shit. Who writes this? And look how she's playing. She's still got her right leg up. It's only been 11 seconds since the weapon went off. And here you can see her curl the side of her mouth up, while a drop of blood runs out from under her nose, which takes less than 16 frames. Here it is in real time. No blood. And there it is. And she has her hands like she's about to give a shadow puppet performance. It's just an interesting face to make. No suffering. It's like, boom, instant death. She's basically using that backpack as a pillow. All the while, look to Sam's right. There's Ninja. And Ninja's been there all along. And he comes down with him. And it almost looks like she has a smile on her face. It's almost like a Mona Lisa. And she's holding her right hand clenched like she has something in there. Now you have SWAT 1 coming in, playing a scene blocker. And notice how Rufio is just clamoring over SWAT 3. Because there's quite a bit of photographers in that room. Now look, frickin' Frack. He grabs him in the back, and he puts his hands up. See how he just grabs him and he puts his hands up? They were friends earlier, remember? And look at Barani. Okay, guys, I'm just gonna pull out my phone. And notice how he looks at his hand. He's gonna do that a couple times. And there's a reason for that. So now SWAT 1's making his hand movements, you know, the big pointing. And now he's gonna put up his weapon. And he does this little dance with his knees. Okay, thank you. Thumbs up. Like he's pretending to talk to someone. And he's like, thumbs up. And now Data moves in. He clumsily takes his book bag off. Now here it gets really strange. With the exception of her nose, at this time code we see there's no blood on her. 3517. We're gonna see her pop in right there. Nothing. 35:21. But wait, boom, 35:25. 4 frames. That's 4 seconds. And now it looks like she's devoured some small woodland creature. Now you love how blood defies gravity. But how is that possible? Let's back it up 4 seconds. Now watch. Notice how Sam moves his left hand from her right backpack area, and he goes to grab her hand, like she's doing a peace sign. With her hand, dips it in. Look at that movement. Now you can see him move his hand across her face. But look, she moves her wrist into his hand first. It kind of looks like she's smearing blood on her face, or putting something in her mouth, but you can see the movement. And he swats her hand down, and he forcefully turns her head to the right. It's hard to see if those are her fingers or if she's holding on to something. Now Sam gets up, and all he's doing is just pointing. Look, well, I guess my work here is done. They're both pointing at the same time, because it makes for good pictures. You've got the drama, you've got the pointing, and all this blood is just gushing out of her mouth. Don't make no sense. Do you hear that? Y'all murdered this person? It's only been 21 seconds since the weapon went off. Just grabbing him, like, what are we gonna do? And notice, he has a full beard. Do people in these positions normally have full beards? Maybe? Okay. He's also double masked. Ooh, such a secret. And they just keep pointing. Look, SWAT 1, SWAT 2. We can see that Yellow has changed his appearance as well. And so Data does these big gestures. She's still got her damn hands, like she's playing a scarecrow or something. Now this guy coming in, he's a parrot blocker, and he's saying, move, move. Data just looks up, he's like, medic, scalpel. All the while Ninja's still back there, just monitoring everything. Data is just still fumbling through his bag, not looking for anything in particular. Everybody's just kind of moving around her.
Got an active shooter!
We have an active shooter. How original.
Get her down!
Get her down. She is down, bro. God, it's so cringy.
Flashlight!
So they're screaming for a flashlight. Out of all things, a flashlight. Because the flashlight will enhance the drama of the photos, and it draws the eye down towards the light. Where's she hit? Yeah, it seems like no one really knows. And that's when she opens her mouth, like she's spitting it out. You can see she has blood on her fingers. But when do we see her ever touch that area? And Data taps her left hand and she puts it down. He like flicks something away. Fixes something out of her hair. It's unclear if Data is contributing to the blood effects or if he's just a scene blocker. You can see SWAT 1 knees her right arm closer to her. And then she tucks it under her right butt cheek. So this is the medic. He identifies himself as the medic. Notice that wonderful earpiece he has on. And let's see the various ways he tries to save her. Medic puts his water bottle down. SWAT 1 just grazes her. Everybody's just grazing her. Parrot blocker getting up in there. And so Medic pulls down the flag that's tied around her neck. And notice he only had one glove coming into the room, which is very interesting. Look, when he does this move, she opens her mouth briefly. Or she says something. So he's only using one hand, and she just lets some of the blood out of her mouth. Thank God for capsules. And her eyes she's looking at things, where before she was just looking straight ahead. At the same time, you can see them just hanging out. And here comes a scene blocker cop. Now Ninja's either just making hand movements for the camera, or he's giving directions to SWAT 1. And SWAT 1 is just fumbling around with this little napkin, this little toilet in a baggie. Notice how Medic tucks this, what looks to be a cell phone, in between Data's knees. It appears Data takes the cell phone away with him. Did you see that? What is Parrot Blocker pulling from her hair? And here he puts it into his pocket. Parrot Blocker shouts to SWAT that he's a medic, yet does nothing. You can start to see a very small pool of blood, like the size of a cookie, right where Sam's hand was. That's when they all come out.
You can't see some of this because I sped it up.
We gotta get EMS here, guys. Now, notice Ninja just randomly puts his hands up. The cops have been next to him this whole time, and now he's putting his hands up. It's for the camera. Did you hear Jaden? Because he keeps repeating it over and over. He's saying the light faded from her eyes. They're all gaslighted because they know the audio is going to be recorded. So they're all kind of pointing and overacting and fumbling in their little corners. 3621, Taylor Hanson smiles. Look at Shades. And Fredo has no one to talk to. He's got nothing to do right now. And SWAT 1 and SWAT 2 are still fumbling with this stupid fucking bag. What is that, little gauze? So he's just tugging it along on the flag kerchief. Everybody's grabbing for her neck. What's that? That's Medic's hand. Do you hear the scrunch as he squeezes? And the Medic...
So she's shot in the neck, supposedly dying, and people are over there yanking the fucking flag that's tied around her neck.
Well,
wouldn't you try to gently untie it?
I'm trying to. I don't know.
Play devil's advocate.
Yeah. In the heat of the moment, right? If this is, let's say this is real. I think they're gonna try and expose the wound as quickly as possible. I don't think they'd be delicate. Just my thoughts.
Okay. All right.
Comes in, it almost looks like Medic hesitates, and then he comes in.
They pulled on it, but
now
they didn't.
We see this
they
very
didn't
small
expose it.
pool of blood.
Right,
See how there's just a small passive blood stain?
Right.
It leaves no trail or indication of a direction. There's no spine, satellite, or elongation tails. There's no cast-off. There's no arterial spray or expirated spatter, which makes the use of a blood squib in her backpack and around her neck the most plausible explanation, which could be why during this whole ordeal they never untie the flag. She's gone, man. We're gonna see that Cap, Black Hat Cap. He's still just looking for a pulse, but he just declared that she wasn't there. And now look, he clearly has blood on his fingers. And he turns his fingers around and looks at them. And he just wipes them on the flag. Look, he just wipes them on the flag. And he moves it out of the way. And that's when SWAT 1 comes in with his little towelette. Dab, dab, dab. Dab, 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 dab. Like this is fucking ASMR or some shit. At the same time, he snaps another photo. Ronnie's faking a call, looking at his hand. And there's Jaden. And Ninja just ninjas his way over to us. Scene blocker, cop blocks, parrot blocker. Hey, what's going on? Who's that? Oh, he's got a radio. Maybe he'll call for help. No one's doing anything. Medic stands up. See, he's the medic with that sticker. And there's Adam Gray, taking all the photos. And it appears the clock reads 2:47. Fredo still has nothing to do. Now look, it's Frick and Frat. They're still hanging out. Frick sees the camera and begins acting again. Yep, we're still rolling. What? Got blood on the floor. Yeah, and not that much. Now that's Yellow saying that. Oh, Vetter, bless your heart. And now look at Rufio with his hand on top of his head like, oh, it's such a shame. Oh, Barani puts his hand around Red. There's the famous photo. Has anyone seen an iPhone? Nobody's doing anything. Everybody's just hanging out. Angry lady number 1. She's just there to scream at them. Now notice they're still taking photos of her in the background, yet no one has done anything. She's dead, she's dead. Hanson in the background. He's got his footage. This is, oh no, we'll see him later. Barani motions to medic. And now Fredo motions for Bike Cop 1. Look, more pointing, more big hand movements. Do you see any blood on Sam right now? He put gloves on, and he's got little paper towels or something. Maybe it's a script. They're still just getting all the pictures. Shades is making his big hand movement. Oh, he's grabbing Barani, but notice Barani puts his hand on his back. Or he grabs him, and he lets go. Big hand movements. It's Jazz Fingers. And there goes Adam Gray. What's up, bro? Who later gets fake arrested. And then Red is pushed out with Data. See, they've already made one. And look how uniform they are. Looks like they made it just in time, even though they don't go out that way. And there she goes, with her book bag and flag still wrapped around her. Luckily, they don't have that far to go. Just right out that door. Is that normal? Is that normal protocol? You would think if it was as easy as for everybody else to get into the Capitol, it would be for paramedics. Now we see Sam on the other side of the door. And we see he's littered his latex gloves on the Capitol floor, next to the blood. No one would ever do that, unless it was to add drama to the photos. So that's our pool of blood. That sad, pathetic pool of blood. This is classic. Oh, you just stepped in the crime scene. Guys, you can't make this stuff up. I think he does do it intentionally, because it creates a transfer pattern from the heel of his boot. It adds drama to the photos. He intentionally does that. Is that a cop? Come on, guys, is that a cop? Are these cops? And now they put the black ski cap over the blood. They've got the photos. And that's the guy who stepped in it, now changing his appearance. And those are the sad, pathetic droplets from one malfunctioned squib. Now, let's take a look at the aftermath. Oh no. And so they're all just echoing the same thing over and over again. They're getting everybody to spread the word.
They just killed the girl! And this he's trying to go right in the goddamn stomach.
I thought it was supposed to be her neck.
They shouldn't care. They shot a girl in there. They shot a girl.
This is like the cringe hour.
They shot a girl.
But listen to what this lady says. That's amazing. It completely validates everything we're doing here. And notice coming down the stairs like a damn 80s movie, Thomas Barani, with his hand up. He's about to stop on the stairs and just start screaming. And then no one's gonna pay attention. Wow. And now he caught somebody's attention. Bro, why are you lying? Oh, don't you mean your hand fell back into her book bag? Man, this guy's such a creep.
Not talk anymore!
This is too much.
God, this is so hard to look at. And here he is again.
They shot her in the neck, and she fell back on me and started to say she was fine at school.
What? Guys, you know none of that happened.
And then she started kind of like moving weird.
Okay, that's true.
It could have been me, but she went in first. This could be you or your kids.
Jesus. And here they're whisking her away on a stretcher. Notice these highlighter badges on all of them. Maybe you can tell me what these are. And maybe you can tell me what this black waistband is. Ooh, it looks like they did a touch-up. He totally has his hand on her boob. And you can see she's clearly still alive. And notice all of these van shuttles in the background. Hey, look, it's SWAT 1. What was that about? Even Taylor Hanson got a spot on TV.
Is that really a Hanson brother?
I don't think so. Maybe. I don't know. You mean
Taylor Hanson? Is that one of the Hansons?
I have no idea. I haven't listened to them in so long.
Whoa!
What?
You were about to say I stopped listening to them, and then you changed it to I haven't listened to them in so long, but it was still the kind of the same thing. So you listened to Hanson.
I didn't. I mean, I think everybody listened to Mbop, like whether we
heard it, but he didn't
right.
play it on purpose.
Right.
You didn't go put it on.
Well, you don't.
Did you go put it on?
Last week.
You actively pushed play on an Mbop song.
Last week I did.
Damn.
You don't like Mbop? Dude, that shit's a bop, bro. It's a slapper. That song's a slapper.
So, okay. Do you still like the song? After Taylor Hanson was violated by seeing a woman get shot?
I had to stop listening to them after this, obviously.
Yeah.
What the fuck are we doing right now?
I don't know. Here you go.
And the minute that she hopped up in that pain, she had no idea that he was even there.
No, she only had a 15-second warning. Bruh, from the first scream to her taking it to the neck. 15 seconds.
He shot her right in the neck.
Oh, now it's her neck. Hopefully Jaden will get it right.
Yeah, so basically all the protesters kind of stormed to get into the chamber.
And perhaps our last clip is most telling of all. Here's Jaden.
They killed the girl. They killed the girl. I dead ass out there on camera. They shot her. I see this shit on camera. I guess we're all done, yeah, so I guess we're all done, yeah, so I got it all.
I guess we're all done, yeah. You heard it?
Yeah.
He goes, I guess we're all done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
This person goes through and figures out who Ashley Babbitt is. Showing her filmography, Ashley Babbitt's filmography on IMDb. And she's got different names.
No.
All right, back to the timeline.
At 2:46 p.m., approximately the same time as Ashley Babbitt is shot by Capitol Police Officer Byrd, a series of smoke and signal flares are activated at various locations around the Capitol. As the smoke clears, we again spot Ray Epps leaving the area and flanked by several individuals before leaving the Capitol grounds for the day. The first demonstrator enters the Senate chamber.
So the dude that told everybody to go in the Capitol left and didn't even go into the Capitol.
Yeah, because
I'll probably get arrested.
Yeah.
I'm going to get arrested tomorrow because I'm going in the Capitol.
No, I'll save it for the end. Go ahead.
Okay.
Over the course of the next 30 minutes, the Senate chamber will become a significant location of the day. Prior to this point in the day, many demonstrators were free to roam the hallways and chambers of the building, meeting little resistance from Capitol Police.
We have the right to peacefully assemble.
Robichaud then proceeds to escort at least...
That's the QAnon shaman. The guy that's all about fucking Q and fucking in all the pictures and doing all the fucking stupid dumb shit.
Yeah,
Fuck that guy. He's controlled opposition.
He's the Kwaman. Got it.
QAnon shaman.
Yeah, the Kwaman. That's what I said.
He's a Fagola. All right, here we go.
One demonstrator, Jacob Chansley, throughout various locations in the Capitol.
And this dude walks him through the
additional
Capitol.
Demonstrators continue to enter the Senate chamber. Security footage shows no Capitol Police presence in the Senate chamber at this time. At this point in the day, many of the demonstrators on the outside have no idea the Capitol has even been breached. At 2:48 p.m., we see demonstrators peacefully roaming around and taking photographs. The only law enforcement officers visible are standing in the doorway.
There's gotta be something to it.
J6?
No, this is good stuff.
Hey, we're not gonna fold.
Oh, this is good.
He's a fag. Look at him up there for photo ops.
At 2:55 p.m., law enforcement begins to move demonstrators out of the Capitol from various
Roll
locations.
my eyes any harder at that dude.
We are Americans. I pray for every one of you. For your safety. You need to give up communism is what you need to do. You need to give up communism to protect these people. We're patriots.
Richard Barnett, the demonstrator who posed for this photo in House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's office, attempts to persuade an officer to let him back in to retrieve his flag.
Now we're going to go into Nancy Pelosi and the Capitol laptops that were stolen.
Was one of the laptops stolen Hunter Biden's?
No, that's not where they got
See,
it.
Schumer, Ann just told me
They got that from a pawn
Pelosi
shop. He was
called
getting the laptop fixed and he left it
chairman of the
there on
Joint Chiefs of Staff,
accident.
General Mark Milley,
Whoops.
and is
Yeah.
trying to get him out on the 25th Amendment or to impeach him. Why? Well, because
Talk
on
about Biden.
Wednesday, they took Pelosi's laptop. She's frantic. There were some people in there that were special forces mixed with Antifa and they took her laptop and they have that data. So you'd say, well, look, you only got 12 days or whatever it is till the 20th. Why worry about it? Just let them go out. No, they are terrified because they have that data. I believe they also have a source that is talking like a songbird. And the president is going to spring that person on us, so it will completely change, because it is someone that has said, I'm not going to do this. This is treason. Remember the what?
Nancy Pelosi's laptop. Is it with FBI today?
I wouldn't give it to the FBI.
Yeah, right. We got that.
Anne's got pictures of it.
I wouldn't give it to the FBI.
I thought that was counter-information operations on us. But no, Anne, I've seen the laptop our special forces took out. That's why she's so frantic. Think about it.
And that's a retired general, well known. We're not supposed to be seeing this video because you're not supposed to know the laptops and shit were stolen. That shit was put out, like, shit was exposed by Q people. Like, we're coming up on a picture of all the laptops that were stolen. So the theory is that the white hats, the Q team, knew that this whole thing was going to happen. So with all these feds being placed in as Trump supporters, they also had special forces on the good guy side going into the Capitol and stealing all these laptops and shit and getting fucking evidence against all these people. So, all right.
Search for people who committed
I don't know what else
crimes
to tell
the day
you.
the U.S. Capitol was stormed brings the FBI to Homer. From Anchorage, Jill Burke has more on the couple who says the FBI raided their home in a case of mistaken
What the hell's
identity.
up with her chin?
Marilyn Hooper of Homer, seen here in an image from her husband's Facebook
Tattoos?
page, told us the FBI got it wrong.
Finally, I got to look at a photo. I'm like, you think I'm that person? Like, really?
Take a look. That's Marilyn Hooper on the left, and on the right, someone the FBI is seeking who they say made unlawful entry into the Capitol on January 6th. And Hooper said someone who may have walked off with something the government wants back.
They said, well, we're looking for Nancy Pelosi's laptop. And we know you were in the building and you were in the room at the time it was taken.
The FBI would not say whether that's true, but it did confirm they were at the couple's business and residence, Homer Inn and Spa, on Wednesday.
At this time, I can confirm that on the morning of April 28th, the FBI was conducting court-authorized law enforcement activity at the specified location in Homer.
The Hoovers did attend the rally January 6th and took photos at the bottom of the Capitol steps, all of which is permissible. It's legal. Hooper's coat and hair very similar to the coat worn by the woman the FBI is seeking in this image posted on the FBI website.
We never got within 100 yards of the main doors of the Capitol.
The Hoopers, longtime Alaskans, told us FBI agents broke down their door, had guns drawn, put the couple and two house guests in handcuffs, separated Paul and Marilyn, and then searched around. The couple says they took it all in stride, and that nearly 4-hour visit from the FBI is a good reminder about government and civics.
We're supposed to be the ones watching them, and now they're the ones watching us because we weren't watching them. So we need to get involved so we can get the balance back.
And despite the experience, they're adamant they've done nothing wrong.
I can honestly say my conscience is clear.
That's a picture of all the laptops that were taken on January 6th.
Hold
supposedly.
on. They said something really, really important there.
Yeah.
That I think has gone lost in this country. And she made a great point. We're the ones supposed to be watching them.
Yeah.
But the tables have turned, right? They're now
'cause
now the government
we watch that instead.
Right. Now the government is all watching us and monitoring what we do and in a form controlling us.
Yeah.
But you're
Really-
right. It's crazy. Like, people forget they work for us.
Yeah.
They literally they don't have jobs if we don't pay taxes. They work for us 100%. So why the fuck are we not, like, everything they do should be public record? But it's flipped. Everything we do is public record. thanks to the Patriot Act in that bullshit 9/11 scam. So,
bro, everything in this world is it's a Vagazi.
It's backwards right now. We gotta get the shit back, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm with you. I'm hoping RFK is not a fucking bullshitter. He actually does all the shit he's claiming to do.
Let's hope. Fingers crossed. Like I said, these guys got to deliver, or else nobody will ever fucking play along again.
The only reason, I've said this multiple times, the only reason why I'm a Trump guy is because of Q. Otherwise, I would probably think Trump was just a controlled opposition too.
Could be. We'll see.
So, just because it's taken so long, and what the fuck, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So, but I mean, they've been in power for how long? How long does it take to take them all down? I guess with minimal damage. I don't know. But yeah, that's a picture of the laptops that were supposedly taken that day.
Nice.
That Nancy Pelosi was freaking out about.
Nice. Okay, keep it moving, man. Keep it moving.
All right, and this is Nancy Pelosi's daughter right here.
Well, I think the one thing, if you drag it out, after the Democrats lose the House, and then they get rid of the committee, people may lose interest. The first trials are going to get a lot of attention.
Yes.
It's like anniversaries. The first one is a big deal. They do a really big deal. January 6th, no one's going to care after the Democrats are out of power.
Right.
And then take Biden out of office, then who cares? If you drag it out long enough, I wouldn't go first for a trial. Because D.C. is a lot of people that work for the government, and it's a lot of... I don't think I'm sympathetic.
The jury. That's the
jury is going to
be. We don't think the trial should be held there.
Well, if you got moved, you totally get off.
Successfully move it? No, they won't move it. Because I mean, think about it. They'll resist it. They'll say, I've heard in the hearings. They're going to say, how dare you say we're not fair? We're fair.
Thank you for your time. Listen, I really, I know you're not the bad guy. I mean, if there is, I haven't found the bad guy yet. If there is, I know you're not the bad guy.
I mean, he's like a stereotypical bad guy.
But the thing is, why I asked you the question of like, so what was the plan? Is that if there was an insurrection, you were supposed to be in line marching. You're in the military, you know this.
No, that's
you were supposed to have a plan.
Exactly. It's called operations order. You sit down overnight with your soldiers. You go over. All right. You're going to go here. You're going to go in by this side. At this time, we're going to take over this. There's none of that.
It's insurrection. It's the sorriest insurrection in the 20th, 21st century ever. No guns.
A guy smoking pot.
I love the guy. You're going to be able to laugh about this one day. I don't know what the Proud Boys is, but I know Gavin McInnes. I went on road trips with him to parties. Mm-hmm. It was so comical to me when I first started hearing about like Proud Boys are smart. This was like years ago. They started saying in Brooklyn, where he's from. I was like, what? This guy? I mean, he may talk shit, but a lot of it is like he's a provocateur. He says it to like be funny or whatever. Right. But the idea that he's now being elevated to being this, it totally makes me laugh because I'm like, I know this guy. I've been to many parties with him, and I know he just says some crazy shit. I know the Brooklyn version of those guys, and I'm just like, so I just wanted you to know that. Like, I have a whole history with these people, and I'm like, come on, you're like, that's just kind of like, anyway.
So, you know how they talk, disavow the Proud Boys, disavow the Proud Boys. Dude, the Proud Boys are a fucking controlled opposition joke. And they were just talking about what was the plan for January 6th, because there was a plan.
Oh, God. Keep it moving, man. I hate these people. Right. Fuck these people.
Here's the fag again. Do people get offended by the word fag still?
Yes.
All right, well, this is a fag right
Hey,
now.
man. Glad to see you guys. You guys are patriots. Look at this guy. He's got covered in blood. God bless you. You good, sir? Do you need medical attention? I'm good. Thank you so much.
Jacob Chansley takes a seat at the Senate dais. He decides to leave a note for Vice President Pence.
Dude literally was fucking followed by a cop the whole time he was in the building. Like,
it's only a matter of time. Justice is coming.
At 3:19 p.m., the police successfully expel the demonstrators from the tunnel. During the skirmish, a U.S. Capitol police officer is dragged into the crowd of demonstrators.
Let him through. Let him through. Let him through. Everybody, you want to go? Everybody, want to go back inside? Go back inside.
So he was pulled into the crowd by the people in the front, and the people in the back put him back up there.
He is later returned to the police line and heads back to safety inside the tunnel. The demonstrators manage to hold their ground and begin to push the police back into the tunnel. This sets the stage for the final tragic conflict. Demonstrators and police are engaged in physical altercations. Sprayed chemical agents are lingering in the narrow hallway.
I know your pain. I know you're hurt. We had an election that was stolen from us.
At 4:17 p.m., President Trump posts a 1-minute video to his Twitter account, urging demonstrators to stay peaceful and go home.
We have to have peace. We have to have law and order.
Twitter quickly attached a warning label on the video, which read, "This claim of election fraud is disputed, and this tweet can't be replied to, retweeted, or liked due to a risk of violence." This limited the reach of the message. Minutes later, Twitter would remove the entire video message from its platform.
I know how you feel, but go home and go home in peace.
A woman named Roseanne Boylan, a Trump supporter from Georgia, finds herself pinned under the deluge of bodies. The situation is critical.
Collapsed inside that corridor from an asphyxiation. She couldn't breathe. Brought her out onto the main steps outside of that. Several people started doing CPR on her. I tried to get her carotid pulse for several minutes, and even I cut part of her jeans away so that I could try to feel her femoral pulse, and I couldn't feel a femoral pulse at all. By the time that they decided to pick the person up and give them to the police officer, she had blue lips and blood was coming out of her nose. Yeah, she got stuck under there. She fell down. Yeah.
Boylan is transported inside for one last revival attempt.
Is that one of ours or is that a protester? Huh? Is that one of ours or is that a protester?
At 5 p.m., as the citywide 6 p.m. curfew looms, police are making progress securing the Capitol, and a steady stream of demonstrators leave the Capitol grounds. At 5:10 p.m., police use tear gas to drive the remaining demonstrators from the Capitol's upper levels. Over the PA system, an announcement is made that all individuals are required to leave Capitol Hill or be subject to arrest. At 5:40 p.m., National Guard troops begin to arrive at the Capitol to secure the premises. 1 minute after the curfew goes into effect, Donald Trump sends out a final message to his supporters that day. At 8 p.m., the Capitol is declared secure.
Today was a dark day in the history of the United States Capitol.
Shortly after, at 8:06 p.m., the Senate resumes debate over the certification of Arizona's vote in the Senate chamber. The House would reconvene about an hour later. The election results will be certified. And 14 days later, Joe Biden will walk down the same tunnel and stairs where the police and demonstrators fought for hours, and where Roseanne Boylan took her last breath to be inaugurated as the 46th President of the United States.
Fucking puppet.
Why did the National Guard take all day to get there until everybody was pretty much gone? It's D.C.
Because
they're in D.C.
Because Pelosi said that she didn't want them there.
Yep, Trump offered.
Yeah.
How many? Thousands?
Yeah.
And she said no.
Yep.
Here's the last clip of them just literally walking by all these cops.
Had I known we were doing this today, I just recently saw some stuff where like a guy was flashing his badge and then breaking the window and then stopped. Like all kinds
This picture right here. Hold on, let me stop sharing this one.
I'm just saying all kinds of stuff. I don't know if it's because it's coming up soon or all this stuff is resurfacing. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Here's a picture of the MAGA guy with a badge.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, dude.
All kinds of crazy shit lately. So.
Yep. You're probably going to see more stuff within the next week.
Yeah. It's a reason why they deleted deleted all kinds of videos from that day because they didn't they didn't want people to see what really happened. So.
Yep.
Anyways.
But that's the whole timeline, and the guy that was doing the timeline, he didn't seem biased. Like he was just stating the facts.
Yep. Here's what happened at this time. Here's what happened at this time. Yada yada. Yep. 100%. Cool, man.
So, what do you think?
Another fun episode. Fucking about our government being psychopaths and not giving a fuck about American people and only looking out for their own self-interest and to screw us all over. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So you know this is a false flag too, then?
Yeah, 100%. Yep.
All right.
100%.
They love those.
Those in power very rarely want to give up power.
Oh, they never give it up.
And will do anything they can to keep the power. So weird.
Yes, sir.
It's weird how all these people have gotten rich. Very, very rich.
We're gonna take the power back, bud.
You keep saying that.
Dude.
Start not to believe you. Here's the thing.
It's starting. What do you mean? They didn't steal this election, did
You know,
they?
if I hadn't lost all my guns in that boating accident, I would have enough power to control my own life anyway. So,
Yeah.
you know, come and take my power if you want.
Try it.
Oh, it smells like freedom.
Make sure Gus is there to help.
Oh, he ready for business.
All right, brother. Yeah, I will see you next week.
See you next week.
For,
see you next week.
Literally.
Godspeed.
Godspeed, bro.
Godspeed, man.
You've reached the offices of the Godspeed Podcast. We are currently closed. Please leave your information and someone will return your call within 24 business days. Thank you.
It's amazing to me that so many people are incapable of thinking for themselves. And that's why we're in this position today. In the past 4 years, we haven't had any terrorist attacks. And then all of a sudden, as soon as Trump gets voted into office, take a look. 2 terrorist attacks in less than a week. But somehow this is Biden's fault? If you guys don't understand how absolutely fucking ridiculous you sound and how ignorant you are, then you get every fucking thing that you deserve. And I hope you are the next victim of those terrorist attacks. Because at the end of the day, if you think this is Biden's fault, you're clearly an idiot. Bye.